I'm Sarah Mathani, and as always, I'm joined by the wonderful Tommy Sandy.
That's me.
And the blustery Tony O.
Morning, boys. I'm not even gonna seek an explanation.
Don't even try.
We're just gonna move on. Yeah.
You just accept these. You just accept these, and we go. Gentlemen, we had the rare week where all our teams not only won, but won comfortably.
You messed it up last week. I was gonna say this last week, and you guys messed it up. But yeah.
It's like when the planets align. This is kind of that kind of feeling. Yeah, this is crazy.
Yeah, it is. Wonder what happens. What happens now?
What do we do?
We started seeing
I'm just saying, I've looked at some of our stats for listenership. It increases when someone is suffering. So this is not good for us. This is generally not good for the pod.
This is not good, yeah.
But someone else is suffering.
Yeah, I'm wearing black.
Dear City fans in our life.
For his funeral, so I came prepared. Should have won a
Liverpool 2, Manchester City 0, and Jesus Christ, they're lucky it was only 2-0. Man City, I mean, watching them play, particularly, I mean, they had a spell of about 15 to 20 minutes where they had a bunch of possession second half, but I was watching them, I was like, this looks kind of like the the game United played against Liverpool this season under Ten Hag, the one they lost like 3-0. They're just random turnovers.
No, you guys created way more than they did.
Yeah, they
created way more than they did.
Especially in the first half. Yeah.
They had possession to not concede. They had no desire to... Did you see that free kick? That free kick routine where they could have crossed it into the box, but they ended up taking it short and it ended back with Ortega. Like, they just didn't want to risk giving the ball away in fear that Liverpool would somehow tear into them again. Like,
which they would have.
Which they ended up doing anyway. Like, they ended up giving the ball away, and Liverpool... I mean, that's exactly how the second goal was scored. City made about 3 individual errors to let Diaz in. Yes, brought down for a penalty.
Yeah.
I mean, not only that, you had... I mean, if Mo Salah had brought his shooting boots, he had that one-on-one. Cody Gakpo had a great chance, just after his goal, just before his goal. Where the ball got squared to him and he put it over. I can't remember. It was
Van Dijk had a few too.
He hit the
Van Dijk
post.
had one header off the post.
Yeah.
One header he put wide that he should have put away.
He had more XG than the entire City team. Van Dijk.
Well, okay, so some stat off the game showed me that Erling Haaland had .19 XG, and I'm struggling to think of where that .19 XG came from.
0.019 or .19.
It was .19. If it was .019, I'd have been like, all right, this makes sense.
Yeah.
But there was just nothing.
Didn't he have like a rare shot on goal at some point? I think it.
City had 2 shots on.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how it shoots it.
A header. I think it was a header. It kind of looped.
I mean, like
that's 0.19, 20% chance of
Yeah.
scoring.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first shot on target comes in the second half, and it's a daisy cutter from Ruben Diaz. The second one is the Van Dijk mistake that De Bruyne can't put away, and that's the only chance they actually had.
Yeah. It must have been an off-target shot because I remember Rico Lewis having a terrible.
It was off-target.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever, man. City had no chances apart from the De Bruyne one. If we're being real, they had no chances. I mean, to start off with, we're talking about City. What the hell was that lineup, man, from Pep? Like, they had no right winger in this team. They had no right wing. Then they played a midfielder. I know Nunez has played wide at times, but he usually plays wide right. He played wide left in this game. He was afraid of taking... Like, imagine being afraid of taking on Trent. It's Trent. Like, it doesn't make... If there's one fullback you want to take on over and over, it's Trent. But Pep decides to play a midfielder in that position. Plays with this diamond with Bernardo Silva, Foden, Lewis, and Gundogan. It's just a weird-ass system. I don't know what he was trying to
he,
achieve.
he took his top goal scorer off besides Haaland. Guardiola didn't start this game.
Yeah, that was the right decision. Guardiola has been shit.
He's
the
been
past
he's
month.
been pretty.
He's been
scores.
dreadful.
I mean,
no,
frankly,
he's been shit.
frankly though, who hasn't been shit in the City
not-
team over the past month?
He's been their worst player.
Kyle Walker
Like,
is still
did you
playing.
watch their
Kyle
last?
Walker is still playing.
I was gonna say like you can't be starting Kyle Walker.
Listen, Walker was
for
dreadful.
that.
Yeah. Between him and Ortega, it's 80% Walker's fault, but I think Ortega has to do better there as well. It's a cross your 6-yard box for God's sakes. But yeah, anyway.
We should briefly touch on Ortega starting because Ederson.
Sure.
Pep says that he was not dropped for this game. That's a lie.
Yeah.
It's like he's chucking everything at the wall right now to see what sticks.
I don't know if you guys saw it. I found it weird that Ortega was one of the players they sent out for a post-match interview, but whatever. They sent out Ortega.
He did say that Liverpool is not the best part of the UK. So
Yeah, he did say that. He said he heard.
He
He heard.
City. Oh, he heard.
Yes,
Right.
I'm sure it was Bernardo
City
Silva
players.
that said that.
City players were giving
Major.
starting to give some weird interviews, man.
They spoke a lot about having pride in the players that turned up to play or the players that were willing to play. I found it weird, like, because Diaz said the same thing, like, and they said it on multiple occasions. I'm wondering, is KDB not making himself available for selection or something? Like, because I find it weird he didn't start this game. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Pep, so you never know. He might just have gone galaxy brain on us. But the moment you saw the lineup and KDB wasn't playing, you're like, this team is not scoring. They're just not scoring. Yeah, I don't know. Could be fractions in the camp, but
Well, they're
Yeah.
definitely rattled,
It
that's for
was-
sure. Considering every time
I'll
they get interviewed now, it's just like about how much they've won. And you
6.
saw Pep with his now he's gonna be a
That's,
famous probably video
Telling
of
you,
him
man.
winning a 6. Yeah.
Telling you,
6.
man. The spirit of Ten Hag simply lashed itself on the closest bald head.
nah, this is
No
Jose,
other
man. This is Jose Mourinho. Full Jose. 6 times. 6 times.
Respect. If Pep
Respect.
starts talking about
Respect.
respect, I will give him his flowers because that's box office. That's what I need to see.
Yeah. So after this
Doo-doo.
result, I will definitely concede it's Liverpool's title right now to lose.
They are the best team in Europe at the. It's
They're-
not
they're
just. It's not just the result, man. It's the performance. They did the same thing to Real Madrid midweek. Like, Real Madrid had. I mean, they had the Robertson penalty incident, which Mbappe, Mbappe. But other than that, like, Liverpool look indomitable at the moment. I can only hope that they're not indomitable in the second half of the season.
Yeah.
But
Still a lot of football.
Yeah.
We can only hope
as in
that they're
you.
not indomitable.
I can understand Tommy saying
I'm putting
something, but I said you. The man wins one game, we'll come to your game. The man wins one game, and we. You never know. You could be in this race.
No. My hope is just I just don't want to see.
You don't
them
want
win.
to. Okay, Liverpool. Yeah.
I'd much rather
brace
see
yourself.
Arsenal and Chelsea. I need you guys to pick up the fucking slack here. Come on, do something.
We are picking it up. Trust me.
That we are. We're the only ones picking up the slack.
I don't know,
at the
man.
moment.
All I see is a 9-point gap. I'm gonna need some more out of you boys.
Yeah, I thought who's the center back for Liverpool now that I'm got injured?
Gomez.
No,
Gomez.
no,
Konate.
Konate. Yeah. I thought without Konate, it might have been a bit more of a struggle for Liverpool. I was like, maybe this City
Van
team.
Dijk was killing.
Have
Van
you
Dijk was
been
crazy.
watching
Van Dijk
Man
was killing
City recently?
No,
They're
I-
always going to get
I'm-
killed.
I'm waiting.
Oh.
I'm just waiting for this, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Look
is there
at
gonna
the
be, like, a
players.
switch?
There's
Like,
not a
the
switch. Look at the
Is something
players,
gonna
guys.
change?
We need to stop doing this. This is why teams are still.
Tony, I'm afraid. I've seen City win like this so many times and come back. Tony, there's that.
City have never come back from a bigger than 10-point lead to win the title.
First time.
They are currently 11 points behind.
Look at the players. Stop saying Man City. Look at the players on the field. Rico Lewis is their holding midfielder at the moment with Gundogan, for God's sakes. We, in our old age, could run through that midfield. Gundogan can't catch me. He can't. It's facts.
I do not carry this arrogance. I think Gundogan can catch me.
Yeah.
My short legs only move so fast.
They play Forest next, so it's not really.
They can win that game.
It's still tough.
They're not going to lose all their games from now to the end of the season.
Hey, Captain Chris Wood against them. He's gonna score.
No. Hey, I have Captain Haaland this entire time, and look what City's done. All right, you should be thanking me. All right, this is like I can't change it. Superstition.
Tommy,
I can't change it.
If I catch you in fantasy, you're never gonna hear it down. Honestly, the start I had.
Hey,
honestly,
both of us, man. We were like bottom 5 in the league.
Jesus.
I didn't know it was a Friday deadline, so I didn't have a time.
Neither did I.
Neither did I.
So hey,
whatever's out
there,
is me. Tommy,
it's not me.
It is me.
It's not
There's
me.
no.
Okay.
Oh
it's
my
not me.
God. Yeah.
Hey, and maybe I'm turning into Man City in fantasy. Started up so good and it's dropping, so it's.
No,
Tommy, you haven't won the league.
Stuff, yeah.
Can I start pointing? Can I start pointing how many times I've won?
You're Spurs at this moment.
Yeah,
you are Spurs. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, God.
A quick bit on Liverpool, man. They look
good, man.
Good. It's so good. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that opening half an hour was terrifying for City. Honestly, it's like how many is it gonna be? Salah was ripping into who was playing left back? Ake. He was struggling.
It was. I mean, you could see it on the goal. How afraid they were. It was. I think Akanji just refused to leave his box to challenge Salah. Gave Salah so much time and space to figure out exactly what he was gonna do. Like Akanji gave him a full like 10, 15 yards of just space, just backed off him. Let him enter the box unchallenged because he was terrified of getting skinned.
It looked like he was more concerned about getting megged than actually defending. He was keeping his legs close together. Salah still finds the pass. I mean, it's dreadful defending from Walker. How many times are we going to say it? This guy's... His fundamentals are useless, man. Like, take away the speed and you're seeing a really bad defender.
It's fun to see who runs past him any given week. Because last week it was Timo Werner. This week it was Cody Gakpo. Yeah. Like, who's going to run past him for... you know what? They'll stick Anthony Elanga down that side. Yeah. He's quick.
Chris Wood can run past him at the moment. So, yeah.
What? Like, he's club captain, right? Kyle Walker?
No.
Is he club captain? I thought he was captain.
Oh,
it's either him or... I thought it was him or De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's Walker. I'm just like... Is that the reason why he's not getting dropped?
No.
Because this is Pep we're talking about. Like, why he should be ruthless. You see.
Who are you dropping him for?
I don't care. Some academy kid. I don't care who you put in there, man. You drop Guardiola,
well,
so drop Walker for Aki or whoever you want in there.
You could play Rico Lewis.
Yeah.
You can play Rico Lewis over there, but then you need a defensive
midfielder. Yeah.
Rico Lewis was struggling. He was the only one trying. But he was struggling in that game.
Yeah, he was not good.
It felt really sad to see him.
It's not easy.
Drowning. Yeah.
But I would say go back to Liverpool.
Sideshow Bob looking ass.
Pretend you're a Liverpool exec right now, and you got Salah.
Selling everyone.
Yeah,
I am selling everyone.
Honestly, I'm selling everyone.
We're going to make millions.
I knew you would be serious about this. But you have the Salah contract situation.
Why would I
be serious? Exactly.
Yeah, I know. And you know the guy wants...
Everyone is for sale, £5. We're selling them out of the back of the car in the parking lot.
How to destroy a club in
Come get him.
How to destroy a club in 5 minutes by Zach. That's how you do it right there.
Well, I guess technically I'd have to wait a month. Because, January transfer window, can't really sell them before then. Gotcha. But we're going to bench everyone before then.
Okay.
For conduct detrimental to my mental health.
Offer Salah 1 year contract on £20 a year. Yeah, just to piss him off. Destroy the morale in the camp. Yeah, Tommy, ask your
But
question. Yeah.
seriously, the question is, he's asking for a long contract, 3 years, 4 years, whatever it is, something like that. It seems to me like as Liverpool doesn't want to offer him that, probably a bit hesitant, whatever. What would you do? What would you guys do? Would you give him what he's asking, or are you holding your ground, saying no, we're not giving you more than, let's say, what is it, 2 years? What it is? 'Cause he's 33 years old right now. You know what I mean? If he
Is
falls
he
off,
33 now?
I think he's
Or
33.
32. Okay.
Maybe something he's there. Like, you know what I mean? At this age, if you fall off a cliff, you fall hard at this age. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
how many years does he have to perform this level? I don't know. But I'm just wondering if you guys, on a serious note,
32.
would you offer him a contract? Would you give
33
him-
in June. I have seen my club in this situation, man. The contract is almost always the wrong answer. Like giving into their terms is almost always the wrong answer. Like Salah is unique, is a unique physical specimen, but like the problem they have is they have 3 players now who are in this situation. Two of them are 30 plus. Like Van Dijk is the same age as Salah.
Around there, yeah.
If you're giving Salah 3 years, are you giving Van Dijk 3 years? Like you start setting this precedent, and I think they are equally as important. I don't think Salah is more important to this team than Van Dijk. I think they're equally as important. We're talking about probably the best center back in Premier League history. So why do you offer Salah more without offering Van Dijk more? You know what I mean? I think I would look to offer more money for 2 years rather than offering a longer contract, because
Right.
it takes one hamstring tear and that's it. You are stuck with this contract with this guy. I don't know. Like realistically, I think it will really hurt. I don't think you can replace Salah. That's the thing. He is irreplaceable at the moment. They've still not really replaced Mane. They've done a good job of getting players who have some major output, like Gakpo, Diaz. None of them are as good as Mane. Like, none of them, right? Who in world football, right winger, are they going to get that's as good as Salah? So,
Hard to
it's
find.
very difficult. But they're going to have to figure it out eventually.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Is there a serious no? What do you do? You're the Liverpool exec, man.
Oh, no. I would seriously sell everyone. But I think I agree with Tom. I don't think you can give a 3-year contract to someone who is that age. You have to. The contract has to be capped at. If from a Liverpool perspective, the contract has to be capped at 2 years. The wages, you can deal with it. If you're giving Salah and Van Dijk more than everyone else in terms of wages, that is an explanation that makes sense. You're like, you look at their body of work, you look at what they're doing now. These guys deserve to be the highest paid players, probably in the Premier League.
Yeah.
But you just can't go more than 2 years at this stage. I think, like 2 years is a long time, but for these guys, you make that exception.
Yeah. Bear in mind that Salah and Van Dijk have probably been underpaid at Liverpool the entire time they've been there.
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
So offering them more money for 2 years is probably the best thing. But I don't know. Salah might feel like he can make that money and get a longer contract somewhere else, but he's not gonna have the same treatment anywhere else he goes. He's a king at Liverpool. Van Dijk is a king at Liverpool. So it's funny because Trent is the one who's most likely. If you ask me, I think Trent is gone. So yeah, but
Yeah, he's the one that's the youngest of the bunch, and no one expect
they
to keep. Yeah.
they have been working in Connor Bradley a little bit more this season. It feels like in anticipation of Trent leaving.
I also think the manager has a tactical preference to Connor Bradley.
Is it because he doesn't get beat?
Yeah, I mean even yesterday, was it yesterday? Yeah.
Hey, Doku kept beating him after he got on. It's just
Straight
Doku
up.
can't make a pass.
Just
Can't
get
make
out.
a pass.
Brother on Kwanzaa. That's I don't know what Pep was thinking. Like,
Yeah.
he really he gave up, man. But
Yeah, let's we've spent like 20 minutes on this. Let's move on.
we should.
Comfortable game for Arsenal. They beat West Ham 5-2 at West Ham. All the goals coming in before halftime. Shout out Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who's now scored in back-to-back games.
That was a nice finish. That's a very nice goal. Like, bad defending, but nice pass from Soler. This is a bad team, man. West Ham's
It's so
a
bad.
bad team.
It's so
It is.
West Ham are terrible.
They could be. I think they're the worst
It was
coach team in the
4-0
league.
at one point in this one. 4-0 at one point in this one.
4-0.
right?
West
yeah.
4-0, yeah.
It's 4-0 and the team just, game's done. And then they switched off. I don't think the free kick, I don't think that was a foul by Rice for the Emerson free kick. Having said
But
that,
it was
whew,
a stunner.
It's a
What
hell
a
of a
free
free kick, though.
he had a second one as well from further out that Raya saved. That is like, that was
Oh,
equally.
did he save
if
that
not-
one right? Okay. I
Yeah,
thought
or
that was
even
it.
more impressive. I was like, Jesus. Yeah, it's that Emerson can strike a ball. But
I don't remember him doing that at Chelsea, but
nobody ever does
You
it.
wouldn't
Well,
let
you
him.
are better
Yeah.
now, so
Wouldn't
you
let
know.
him.
Yeah, nuts. West Ham have been stuck in the cycle of trying to change their style of play, and very early into the program, the manager just quits. He just quits and is like, okay, let's survive. I think they're very quickly going to go into survival mode.
Yeah, it feels like the writing's on the wall for Lopetegui, but
Kudus is back though. He's back now. So
after that
I'm
suspension.
just saying. David Moyes was on Match of the Day too. I hear he's available.
really,
Third time. Let's go.
he's been doing
Yeah, he
a
was
lot
on
of
Match.
shows recently, huh? He's enjoying.
You gotta make that money. Make that money, Uncle.
Keep
Get-
yourself
get
in
your
the
cash,
public view
Grandpa.
for any coaching job. Yeah, just so no one forgets him. Yeah.
He's,
Stuff like that.
you know what? His career has been really good. We make fun of David Moyes, but you look at
No,
what
but
he's
he's
achieved.
had a very good managerial career.
Yeah,
Winning any kind of trophy at West Ham, like,
it's impressive.
get your flowers.
Yeah.
Get your flowers.
You know what's impressive? That Odegaard Saka Trossard goal. That I don't know which was the second or third one, but that was a really nice silky passing play.
It
Very
was
nice.
the
Yeah.
second goal. Yeah, I think it was the second goal.
Very nice.
Maybe it was the third goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, we spoke about this last week. There are some people who say that Odegaard is holding Saka back. These
Who are
people.
these people?
These
Who are
people.
these people? I would like to have a word with them. I would like to have a word with them, and I would just like to hold up the form table with and without Odegaard.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, he's
What's
been
it?
fantastic.
I was
Yeah.
going to say, I just remembered because Gabriel on corners, okay, he's unstoppable.
This is a
He is.
fucking
Like
weapon.
literally,
He
He
is.
runs.
he on Sporting, he did the same thing, right?
He
I
did.
think.
So I was looking at some breakdown or something of his runs at corners. He runs them like a wide receiver runs routes in the NFL.
Yeah, I think I
A
saw
wide
this.
receiver's entire role
Yeah.
is to create separation, right? Go find a DB coach. Get a DB coach
The
for your set pieces.
the adrenaline rush you get from seeing Gabriel, it's like a basketball dunking on someone, right? Like the way he just
Posterizing people.
yeah. This one was very comfortable. To be fair, Antonio, he gave up. Like the moment Gabriel just shimmy, he's like, I'm not gonna win this battle. He just let him go. He did it twice. The second one, he gets smoked in the face by Fabianski.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh,
for
yeah.
penalty,
Yeah.
But it's just like, yeah.
Hey, honestly, good to see one of those actually get called as a pen, because
I
so
know.
many times the keeper will like whack someone in the head and get away with it.
Yeah.
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 That guy, he's a goal
Yeah.
scorer, man. He is
He
lethal.
is.
Arsenal. are lethal.
We haven't had
Yeah.
we haven't had a threat from set pieces like this ever. Maybe Tony Adams, like he was pretty good at attacking corners, but yeah, he's got that Ramos, John Terry energy. Like you almost expect them to score when you have a corner. Yeah.
Yeah. Lethal Arsenal. That's what it is, man. You look
We
at
gotta keep we gotta keep winning, right? It's like
yeah.
Can't
Just-
afford to lose a single game,
Nope.
basically. Like,
hey, Liverpool go to St James's Park. You never know. Could be a difficult one. Could
Yeah,
be.
that's a toss-up.
Yeah.
Coin toss what Newcastle you're getting for that game.
this is already sounding desperate. Let's move on to the other team that's in the title race.
Can we
Same
say
points,
that?
exact same
Can we
points,
say that?
exact same points
According
as
to Cole
Arsenal,
Palmer, it's
exact
too
same
early.
goal difference.
Cole Palmer's like, it's too
No,
early.
well,
now. Yeah.
Cole Palmer, we have established, has no brain cells, so I will take over for this one. Thank you very much, Cole. Chelsea 3, Aston Villa 0. This was a bit of a wonky game. A lot of random weird shit happening in this. Chelsea go 1-0 up early on. Nico Jackson.
He's
goal.
been fantastic. Yeah, he's
On the
cleaned up his game.
other side, Ollie Watkins, man, he has been struggling this season to put them away in the Prem. He's got one Premier League goal, has a 1-on-1, and just puts it straight at Sanchez.
He's been
If I'm
doing that all
if I'm
season.
Duran,
All season, man.
I'm putting in a transfer request. What the hell is going on? There's nothing Watkins can do to get dropped. He's been terrible this season, and Duran's been fantastic. Why is Duran? Is he injured right now, or
No, he came on in the second half.
it's not right? It's not
But
right, man.
We also got to see the rare indirect free kick because Pau Torres
That was dreadful.
gently bumped a save.
That was dreadful.
And Martinez picks it up.
Yeah, that was dreadful from
just-
Chelsea. What the hell was that? Come on.
It's just-
I
it's
mean,
a
that
good
was
sa-
dreadful
but
from Villa.
Look, just
the first
seeing it was dreadful from everyone.
Yeah,
It's terrible football all
shocking
around.
all around. But
But just seeing everyone lined up on the goal line like it's a penalty corner in field hockey is one of my favorite things. It's
Love
so
to
much
see
fun.
that. Love it.
It's big like 7-a-side at your local Sunday league vibes.
yeah,
But we had that. Then we had Emi Martinez not long after that. Just passed the ball to Nico Jackson,
Oh, yeah,
who
yes.
remembered that he was Nico Jackson and fluffed the chance.
yeah.
To be
He
fair,
got
It's
so
just
embarrassed
a
he subbed
mad,
himself out.
Mad game.
Martinez after
Mad
that.
game.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say before we against Chelsea, Villa, and this is such a like try and true thing. A team like this gets into Europe. All right, they have a great season, top 4. They go to Europe next season, and in the league they're trash. It's happening to Newcastle, right? It happened to Newcastle last year. Happens to Villa. Is it? I'm just trying to figure out like, your squad's not deep enough. The players, they look so tired. Look at Watkins, right?
Well,
Watkins been so shit. His decision making and his finishing is so bad. Is
You
he
know
just
what would help?
tired? Like what?
You know what would help? Playing Duran from time
Yeah,
to time.
drop him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Emery, this is you're right. Like teams when they go into Europe, they tend to struggle. But I don't think Villa have that excuse. They have a good squad, right? Like, am I wrong in saying they have a good squad?
I
think
thought
they
they
have
had
a
a good
good
squad.
squad.
Well,
Yeah.
I think they haven't adapted to playing the extra games because they have squad depth, but the squad depth is not being trusted right now. Like you brought up the point of Duran. They have that depth to be able to rotate Watkins and Duran, almost play them every other game if they want to. But they're not doing that. Unai's not trusting them, and as a result, they've no wins in their last 8, something
Yep.
like that.
Yeah.
You
I
see,
think they're
Emery's
also-
special. You prioritize both. You prioritize Europe. If you don't succeed in Europe, your whole campaign is, To be fair, they're still in a good position, I think, in the Champions League. They're just outside of the automatic places.
They're outside of the automatics, but they're doing quite well.
Yeah.
I think their only loss was that weird one to Brugge.
Brugge. Yeah.
They drew with Juventus last time out, which is a perfectly creditable result.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they've won most of their games in the Champions League.
I think they're missing Douglas Luiz a little bit in that midfield. A little bit a little bit less energy in there, and Tielemans doesn't really bring that as much. He's a good passer, not as good in terms of bringing the energy there. But yeah, I don't like. For me, it's kind of strange. It's just like every team that's kind of like this in a situation next season they struggle in the league. It's not just Villa. It's like through
It happened to
any league.
Newcastle.
Happens
before
to
them.
like it happens to what is it Hoffenheim right now, or like crazy bad in the league, and after getting to Europe or something like that, it's just like
They also miss Diaby. They miss having
Diaby,
because
yeah.
Leon Bailey's been injured and playing with that injury, right?
Yeah. Philogene just doesn't look ready yet
No.
to replace him.
So maybe the depth isn't as impressive as we think. There are names there, but because Jacob Ramsey's not been good this season.
Jacob Ramsey's been injured all season. He comes back and he picks up another injury. Like, he's been either playing injured or on the bench injured.
Yeah.
Like, he's just not been fit.
So the names are there, but clearly the schedule is catching the squad out. You know.
Something just there. But anyways, on Chelsea's side, one of my honestly, it's up there for one of my favorite sort of performances. Because go Tony. Yeah.
Enzo Fernandez. He leaves his wife and all of a sudden starts banging in goals. What's
Drops
going
the
on
wife
here?
and kids, and all of a sudden he's a
But
new player.
were they holding him back? Like, every time he scores, he's pointing to the fans. Give me a call. I'm single. I'm free. Saturday nights, baby.
I think Chelsea should be looking to finish. I think they could finish ahead of City. You know, the way things are going. I mean, why not? At this point, why not look to finish as high as possible while City are in the doldrums? Yeah, I would be surprised if you're not in the title race next season. This season, who knows? But like next season, you sort out that defense and goalkeeper.
That's the thing, you know what I mean? You look at the game, you say comfortable 3-0, but like we literally handed
conceded
Watkins
some
a
bad
freebie.
chances.
You know what I mean? And stuff like that,
If Watkins was sharp, this is a very different game.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was just happy to, like, you have Lavia, Fernandez, and Caicedo. It's like they never work together. We've been saying this though for like 2 years now, and then today it worked. This time it worked because
have they never worked together? Or have they never played together?
They've played together, but very sparingly. They're like in the
Caicedo was at right back, right? Yeah.
He was like this false right back kind of thing.
The inverted wing back, yeah.
Yeah, and it actually worked because Caicedo's just a fantastic footballer.
He played there a lot for Brighton. Right?
Did he? Okay.
Oh yeah, he played a lot in the season you signed him. In his best form, he was playing there because he's playing midfield essentially, right? In that role. So yeah.
For me, this is my favorite lineup. You know, I see Sancho kind of starts with Neto on the other side. Maybe they swap sides here and there. Palmer in that middle attacking role. Jackson, who's like all of a sudden like crazy good form this season.
So you don't like Madueke anymore, huh?
No. I don't like him. But I think him as the impact sub kind of makes more sense in terms of starting lineup. It's just like for me, this was my favorite performance. Cucurella was like he's on something right now because this guy's just putting in 100% energy. Nice, I think it was a nice pass for who was the goal? It was the Jackson. I hit that was the first goal. But just for me, sort of the defense. Eventually sort out the keeper. We have a lot of depth like this. We played what is it, Conference League? Is that what it's called? Yeah, totally different team. It's like a totally different Chelsea.
Yeah, you have an entirely
new squad.
you signed so many players.
We don't need to worry about
fresh. That's the beauty of it.
Players are fresh. Yeah, we don't need to worry about any of that stuff. So it's almost like we're not even playing in Europe, in a sense. But for me, it's surprising to see how good we are. I did not expect this. Did not expect us to be playing like this. To be tied with Arsenal on exactly every stat, goals, points. So that it's nice to see that we're kind of contending for a higher spot, which is nice.
I think we predicted Maresca to be sacked early.
You guys did. Yes.
Yeah. Squashed that. Yes. Yeah. He's done really well. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah. Good tactician.
Moving on to a team that did sack their coach pretty early. Man United slapped up Everton 4-0. Amad Diallo was the star of the show in this one. I know Rashford and Xerxes split the 4 goals between them, but Diallo was the driving force behind a couple of the goals. Also, shout out to Jared Branthwaite knocking a few mil off his price tag.
You guys overrated this brother. I told you he's not that good. I told you he's not that good. He's not that good. Man.
I'm very happy
Pure
we
English
got
hype
instead of him.
Yeah, Bullet is much better. Yeah.
But yeah, just I mean, I think Amarim said it well in his press conference afterwards. The first half was pretty even until we scored the first goal, and then Everton just kind of fell apart after that. I mean, conceding 20 seconds into the second half is some terrible work. You could just see, I think it was Mikolenko who was playing left back, just
kept giving
cracked
Diallo the
into
ball.
midfield.
Just kept giving.
Well, it was just worse than that. He kept giving Diallo the space. Like, he just kept
Well,
wandering
give
off,
him the space
letting the
and
centre backs come
space
out.
and ball. It was weird.
Space and the ball. He was
Yeah.
giving them both. Yeah, two of the goals were just from Diallo pressing someone, turning them over, and then just running at the goal. But yeah, very, very comfortable. And if I ever see Ten Hag, I'm gonna slap the back of that bald head and just be like, you spent a year just benching Amad Diallo for fucking no reason, starting Anthony, starting whoever, and keeping this kid on the bench.
Yeah, he had a great game. Bruno racking up some assists too, which is nice to see. Yeah. But, I was saying
that was just-
Bruno.
it's just-
No.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah, that
Did
was,
he get an assist? He
No.
might.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Okay.
Did he get it? I thought he got
He
an
got-
assist. Yeah.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
one or two.
It's hard to tell with this because Everton was shocking.
Everton were terrible.
They're another team stuck in a cycle. Just what do you do with Dyche at this point? But yeah,
The
It's
bottom
like
of the table is
you-
getting a little bit tighter as well. You know,
I haven't even looked.
I-
Who's down there
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah. All
I would like
the
to point
usual
out
suspects, Tony.
The
are
usual
down.
suspects,
Yeah.
very much. I would like to point out that Man United now have a better goal difference than Man City,
Is that true?
which is
That is a
That's
bad
true.
stat.
Man City's goal difference is down to 3.
I know it's down
Oh
to
my
3.
United's
I didn't
goal
expect
difference
you
is
guys to
4.
be positive. That's a bad stat. man.
It's a
So what are you,
terrible
4?
look. Yeah.
Oh god.
Hey,
Wow.
in the plus. That's not something you see a lot with United.
In the plus,
Yeah.
first page of the table. This is heady days. Heady days.
Everton have 11 points. Really? Wow. West Ham have 15. There are some bad teams in this league.
There are some bad teams, Tony, down there. Yeah. It's best to just not look at the second half of the table. You just stay at the top. Yeah, which we're all there right now, which is good to see. You know, we're all on the good. We're all on the high. We're on the up.
Tommy's.
Right now.
I can't remember the last time Tommy was this excited to talk
Tommy's
about Chelsea.
thriving.
Yeah, he's
Tommy is thriving.
buzzing.
Hey, second place, man. Second place right now. Yeah, I'll take it.
You are third in alphabetical order. Remember that.
Yeah, I'm not
please.
going by
Yeah.
alphabetical. I'm just going by points here. Second place. Whatever suits me better, I go for that. Yeah. But yeah.
I mean, well, I guess you guys are both looking at the table, so you might have noticed that the team with the second best goal difference in the league is actually Tottenham, who are 7th. They drew 1-1 with Fulham in
How did
possibly
that
the most predictable result of all time.
I'm shocked.
Beat City one week, draw with Fulham the next. It's the history of the Tottenham. as
What's
some
the
would
point
say.
of this football club? Tottenham.
No. How dare you? They're wonderful. They bring joy and entertainment to our lives.
I don't bring any joy to my
and-
life. They're just a useless
They
bunch
bring
of.
plenty of joy. Bullshit. You were loving them beating City last week.
I why? It doesn't do anything for me. They
Loving
just,
it.
Yeah.
Of course.
I don't know, man.
Tony, please,
If-
please.
Yeah. What do you look forward to with Tottenham? I just. Yeah.
They have a lot of fans, surprisingly. Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
Yeah. Their fan base is growing. They have like 3 now. It's weird. Yeah.
Yeah, and they lost Vicario, so that means Fraser Forster is deputizing for the next few months.
Few months.
Yeah.
Few months are Forster in there.
Yeah.
But I think Solanke was missing this game with an illness as well. He's not quite gotten
He needed a
going
break.
at Spurs.
He needed a break, to be honest. He's not been good. Yeah.
It meant that we got to see more Timo.
Yeah. He
Which
got an
is
assist.
always nice.
He did get an
Always good
assist
to see
on this
Timo.
game.
Tell you what, Brennan Johnson, ever since I said what I said,
Yeah.
the man turned off his
I was
socials.
gonna say,
Yeah.
he's
Did you see
He's
his
gone
face when he
from-
scored?
He's gone from Agbonlahor to Theo Walcott. He's now on the Theo Walcott.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's moving on
His-
up. Yeah.
His face was literally like fuck you, Tony, when he scored.
Don't insult anyone by
he was
calling him
saying.
Theo
Yeah.
Walcott.
What? Theo Walcott
Theo
scored
Walcott,
over
man.
100 goals. Listen, Theo
Yeah, but
Walcott
he
did-
wasn't good.
Yeah, neither is
You
Brennan
can't,
Johnson.
you can't call someone. You can't call someone Theo. Oh, yeah, no. Johnson is in like the same stratosphere as Walcott, but
Yes.
you can't call someone Walcott and act like it's praise.
I didn't say it was praise. I said it's gone from Agbonlahor to Theo Walcott. I think that's fair. That is fair.
That's just I don't know. Just I get what you're saying, but just
They are,
calling someone Theo Walcott
they are
just
actually
I was just
very,
like,
very similar players. Except
They are.
Walcott
They
was-
are. No, genuinely. I do think it's a good comp. It's just it just doesn't sit well with me to call someone Theo Walcott and be like, you've improved to become Theo Walcott.
He has improved.
Just
to
like,
become Theo
no.
Walcott. This is what has happened. Like he's gone from Agbonlahor to Theo Walcott. He's that striker on the right hand side that scores tap-ins, and it is a good thing, right? Stay in your lane and be good at what you're good at. That's If more people did that, you know.
I mean,
Hey,
fair enough. Theo Walcott was very good at staying in one fucking lane
And
Go
scoring
straight
his
line.
goals. Yeah.
and Tottenham have 28 goals, which is actually the most in the league. Well,
Who did they beat heavily for this to
they
happen
beat
other than
someone
City?
Man City.
Man. They
Man
just,
City.
They just
Apart-
scored.
other
Actually, no,
than City.
they beat Man United pretty bad too. They beat us like 3-0, didn't they?
Yeah, it's weird. Like they must have had another
They
heavy
beat Villa.
result. Then.
They beat Villa 4-1.
Oh, they beat Villa
right?
4-1 as
Oh,
well.
Yeah,
Okay.
they did beat you guys.
They-
United 3-0.
They
Okay.
do the thing where they win half their games, so they're going basically one up, one down. And when they're up, they win comfortably,
Yeah.
and then when they're down, I don't think they've been like
Slapped.
dismantled in
No.
any game. Like they'll lose by a goal or two here and there, but they're good at not completely losing the plot, I guess.
They're
So
just-
it's up and down. They're desperate for like you can look at their form table recently. It's
Everton.
draw,
They beat Everton
win,
4-0.
loss.
Of course, it's Everton. Yeah.
Yeah, they need consistency.
They need to
just can't
fold.
find it.
That's what they need to do. Fold. I don't need any consistency. Just fold. Yeah.
Hey,
It's
well,
such a bitter
you know what,
Arsenal
Tony?
fan.
You know what
A
Tony
team that
feels.
doesn't do anything.
Yeah. I mean, they're about as
Well, you know
useful
what?
as.
All right,
mean,
well,
Now that we're on the table, I just love seeing those red X's beside Man City. You just see X, 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 X. Oh, it's just such a
All
nice
right,
view.
well,
Yeah, beautiful.
elsewhere around the league, Justin Kluivert scored a hat trick of penalties for Bournemouth against Wolves. Jose Sa conceding 2 of them. But I think that's the first time that has happened in the history of the Premier League. Of particular note, I believe on the last penalty was the Wolves fan behind the goal that decided to take off all his clothes down right to the underwear to try to throw Kluivert off unsuccessfully. Obviously, if you haven't seen the video, it's extremely
Actually,
funny.
I haven't
Just
seen that.
Pulls down the pants, whips off the top, and shakes his belly at the
Wow.
fucking goal.
I
It's
guess
so
was-
funny.
Must have been cold though, eh? I figure this time of year.
Yeah, it's you know what? That's when I think of English football heritage. That's mostly what I think of. Some fat guy in the stands shaking his belly at the goal.
Yeah. Just that reminds me of just
what
Newcastle
else
fans,
happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
I was just like, it's surprising to see this at Wolves, not at Newcastle.
Yeah.
But elsewhere,
Those are 18th,
Leicester
huh?
City.
They're still struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this was their first loss in 5 games, though.
Yeah.
So they have started to cobble together some points. It's just that defense is not good. They've scored 22 goals. That's like the only teams with scoring more than that are all in the top half.
Yeah, but they've
the
conceded
problem
the
is
most in the
they've
league.
conceded 32.
Yeah.
Yeah. Another team that's conceded a lot of goals is Leicester. They lost 4-1 to Brentford. Weirdly, another team that's scoring a ton of goals.
I find it weird
but-
that Van Nistelrooy took this job. I don't get it. Like he was.
So the job that he was closest to taking before joining United as an assistant coach under Ten Hag was Burnley in the Championship. Maybe this is a sort of similar level, like top Championship, bottom Premier League kind of thing for him to try. It's a tough one because I don't think Leicester's squad is very good, but
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. Best of luck to Ruud, I guess.
He was at PSV.
If he can get rid,
That's the thing.
he
Like,
can.
you didn't. I get it. The Premier League clubs pay the most. Just wonder if it's the best thing for his career. What he's done in the past 2 years.
He ended up leaving PSV because he had some disagreements with the board.
I
So
remember.
it wasn't like him being sacked or anything.
Yeah, he did a
Like
decent job.
that.
I liked his team. Like they were pretty good. I just, and I think they have a better manager now. Don't get me wrong. PSV landed on their feet, but I just think couldn't he have gone somewhere else in Europe other than be Ten Hag's assistant, not get the job, and now get Leicester? How are you going to succeed at Leicester? Keep them up? Like, he'd do well to keep them up.
A successful,
to be honest. Yeah.
a successful season at Leicester is keeping them in the Premier League this year.
I don't even know if that's attractive to clubs in Europe anymore. They want to see a style of play, right? Look at Vincent.
What
the
was his
company.
style of play at PSV? Do you remember? Was he a very attacking sort of football?
They
Do you
are a
remember?
team. Yeah, they were very possession heavy and they try to press aggressively, right? So, but I just don't see how that's gonna succeed at Leicester.
Well, the thing is, the few games he was in charge at United, it wasn't that aggressively pressing though. So maybe he thinks he's gonna adapt his methods, because with United, once he took over, the thing he seemed to prioritize was keeping the defense more protected.
Yeah,
Almost
that's
sitting
true.
back and counter attacking. So maybe he's one of those coaches that adapts his plan to his players. So I guess we'll see. It's a big question mark. He's got a lot of work to do at Leicester.
He
So
was more
we'll see
balanced
what happens.
than Peter. Is it Bosch or Bosch,
Bosch.
at PSV? Like Peter Bosch's team is a lot more aggressive than his teams were. Like his team is balanced. So maybe.
Listen, if he goes in there, I don't think it's a bad. I don't say it's a bad career move for him, but if he goes in there and he drops Faiz, I think he's successful. I think if he bins that guy to the reserves, he's done his job and he's good. Yeah.
I will. My lasting memory about Faiz is always just going to be that game against Liverpool where he scored 2 own goals
Yeah.
and Leicester
I
lost
saw
2-1.
that. I saw that recently. I'd forgotten about that. It's just like
I've
they
never seen
kept
this guy.
him.
Just-
They kept him after that. Like I know
I've
it's
never
not
seen
like
him
they
play
were
a good game.
unfortunate own goals.
Yeah,
they were terrible.
bad. They were bad.
They looked intentional. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
So that's gonna be my indicator of how well he does there. If he does that, then yeah, he's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In slightly more serious news from Syria, Fiorentina player Eduardo Bove collapsed on the field, I believe, during a game against Inter, was it? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was.
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah,
It was
Fiorentina,
Inter.
Yeah.
So the initial word is, I haven't seen an update on it yet, but the initial word is that he suffered an epileptic fit. He is thankfully conscious in the hospital. I believe he was intubated, but he is responsive and conscious in the hospital now. They're just going to run like further tests, CT scans, all that sort of stuff. It is just very thankful to hear that he seems to be all right at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
It's
It's
a scary
scary stuff.
video for when I saw that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
rough stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that he's okay.
Far there is obviously the mind immediately goes back to the Christian Eriksen incident at the Euros a few years back. But yeah, very very happy that he was seen too quickly, and like big ups to like all the medical professionals and honestly to the players on the pitch as well who reacted very quickly to the situation.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure.
I don't know how to transition from that to the last bit of news I have, because the last bit of news I have has to do with Mauro Icardi. For those who are unaware, Mauro Icardi and his longtime paramour, wife, lover, Wanda Nara, they got together in a bit of a underhanded way, let's say. Wanda Nara was married to Maxi Lopez, a former footballer with Sampdoria and a teammate of Mauro Icardi. She left Maxi Lopez for Mauro Icardi. This was a while back.
That was the beginning of his career going like this, basically.
They have been on again, off again. Just an absolute mess of a couple. Everything you really want. Now, Mauro Icardi... also, should be said, Wanda Nara was also Mauro Icardi's agent. So that's another layer to this fucked up little thing. So, Mauro Icardi is now divorcing his wife agent, Wanda Nara. But this is not it for Mauro Icardi. He is also currently dating the divorce lawyer that is working his case. And I'm sure this can only end well. And on top of that, the divorce lawyer is also the host of a reality TV law program in Argentina. Because, of course, she is. I don't know what to do with the Icardis. I just watch from afar with fascination as these people make just the worst decisions.
How long until we get a reality show with the Icardis and all this stuff? It's on its way.
Fuck the reality show, man. This is a full. You can make a full movie out of this at this point.
Yeah, you can't make that stuff up. That's for sure. Yeah.
I mean, there's been. I think there was a few years back. She was chucking his stuff off the balcony or something like that. Like
they are a walking
it hits
cliche,
every trope.
Two of them.
It hits every trope. It's wonderful, and you know what?
And
I get it. I get the allure. I get the allure of the reality TV vibe. It's phenomenal to watch from a distance. Just from a distance.
He's correct me if I'm wrong, he plays for Galatasaray right now.
They have a decent strike
I believe
Icardi and Osimhen.
Osimhen too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a decent strike
I believe Icardi has done his ACL though, so.
Oh yeah,
that's
right. He got injured.
Yeah.
Okay.
So plenty of extra time to focus on paperwork with his divorce lawyer.
Footballers with extra time. That's usually not a good combination.
The worst. No, terrible. You need to keep him busy. You can't let these minds wander.
That's for sure.
But yeah, I got nothing else. So follow us on Instagram and Twitter at 44Took. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. As always, thank you for joining me, Tommy.
Yeah, definitely loved the interesting story on Icardi there. I didn't hear about that one. So good to find that one out. Yeah. Thanks.
Yep. Just know I'm always scouring the back pages for good stories for you, Tom.
Gossip column over there. Yeah.
Yep. Yes, sir. Thank you for joining me, Tony.
Yeah. Good stuff, boys. Enjoyed the chat as always. Looking forward to the 442 derby on Wednesday. Yeah.
Is there one? Oh, we play Arsenal, don't we? Oh, that's gonna go badly. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.